Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminally, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today a fairly large and very heavy book haul. So yes, I'm just at the end of 2 weeks off work, and during that 2 weeks I haven't been doing the normal kind of daily exercises I do in the morning. This book stack definitely felt heavier than I feel like it would have done a few weeks ago, so clearly I need to get back to my morning workouts. So I did a trashy book haul video last week. This is the non-trashy half of that book haul. So most of the books here are books that have been sent to me by publishers or authors, but there's a few other things in here as well. I was reflecting, I watched a video and I can't remember who it was now the other day, who was saying with book haul videos, they feel like the joy of a book haul video is that you are watching people getting new books that they haven't read yet, and you've got that that joyous anticipation of what the book is going to be like. The first 5 books I'm going to show you I've actually read, so I'll go through those ones quickly because you won't get that sense of anticipation because they're all books I've read and talked about on the channel. So the first 3 are ones I got at a book event that I went to at my local indie bookstore, chapter 34, which was about like female crime writers and why women enjoy crime fiction. So those books, all of which I've talked about on the channel, as I said, are The Echo Man by Sam Holland, Dead Mile by Joe Furniss, and Gallows Wood by Louisa Scarr. And then the next couple of books, again, which I've read, were both sent to me by the author, Stark Holborn, who's an author I really, really like, who writes kind of sci-fi and Western-themed books. So both these books I've talked about on the channel, so if you watch my July wrap-up, you'll find more information on these and on the other books I've just shown as well. So we've got Hell's 8 by Stark Holborn and Ninth Life. Okay, so let's get into the rest of it then. So first off, I've got some comics. So for Father's Day this year, I got given a subscription to Commando Comics. If you don't know Commando Comics, they've been going since I think the 70s in the UK. They were certainly around when I was a kid, and they are basically like war comics, typically set in the Second World War. Sometimes they do have like horror and science fiction elements to them as well, which is quite fun. I'm sure they didn't when I was a kid, but they certainly do now. So anyway, I'll quickly show you the ones I've got so far. So they come out, I think you get 4 every month. No, 4 every 2 weeks. So yeah, 8 a month. And they work out, if you get the subscription, they work out at like £1 each, which feels like a bit of a bargain to me. They're always a fun read. So yeah, this one I think has a science fiction element to it. Yeah, looking forward to diving into all of these soon. All got great covers. Right, moving on then. So next up we have a book that was sent to me by the author. So the author, John completely failing to say his name, John Gingerich, I think that's how you pronounce it, reached out to me and offered to send me this. It sounds very interesting. The Appetite Factory, which is a kind of dystopian sci-fi novel. But fantastic cover, I have to say. So yeah, looking forward to diving into to this at some point. Next then we have a few books which are not books that were sent to me by authors or publishers, or books I picked up myself. So the first of those is a book that I saw on Instagram, where the author Mark Hodder had posted it. He'd just reread it. I think he'd read it years ago and had reread it and said it was the most bonkers book he's ever read. So with that description, I had to buy it. The book is Mask of a Savage Mandarin by Philip Bedford Robinson. I don't know how well you can see the cover, but it really looks like this guy on the cover, who's like a surgeon with a meat cleaver, really looks like the actor Benedict Cumberbatch. Is that going to make him come into focus? There we go, just about. Sorry, that was terrible filming. But anyway, trust me, he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. Next up, a book I got from a charity book sale in a local supermarket, which it was purely a cover buy, but it is a fantastic cover. A really nice vintage war book, The Sledge Patrol by David Howarth, which looks like it's about it's within the Arctic Circle. So yes, a mission 15 men within the Arctic Circle going up against the Germans. So that looks like a good one. Next, a book I bought for a buddy read, which I'm going to be doing with one of my patrons, Heidi, in September probably. This is a book I've wanted to read for ages, so I'm really glad to be reading it. It's Experimental Film by Gemma Files. Now, for some reason, despite the fact many of Gemma Files' books are in print in the UK, this one, which I think is probably her best known one, isn't. So I had to get this off eBay. But yeah, supposed to be really creepy, really, really good. So yeah, very much looking forward to reading that. Next, let's do another one that I bought myself. So this is from that same charity book sale, an author I've been meaning to reread. So I read some short stories by this author when I was a teenager and really enjoyed them. Very well-known author. So yeah, looking forward to trying some again. I'd seen I saw a reference to him on someone's channel. I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, it reminded me that I needed to get back and read some more of his work. So this is The Best of Saki, or H.H. Munro, I think was his real name. So yeah, a writer of, from what I remember, quite humorous, entertaining, kind of sometimes with a twist in the tale, sometimes slightly mysterious short stories. So yeah, looking forward to diving into that. Next we have a few, in fact I think all of the rest were sent to me by, I'll stop rambling, I'll get on with it. Right, so next one is a book sent to me by the author. This is Completely Broken by Philip Athens, which is a horror novel. I don't know very much about this at all, but it sounds interesting. So Philip Athens, I think, typically writes fantasy books, but has written this horror novel as well, and he thought I would like it. I really like the cover. I think it's really like that, just pure black and white. It's really, really effective. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a try. Next we have Red Moon by Kerry Richardson, which is a short story collection. Kerry did reach out to me after sending me this to say she's revised the cover of this, so I will flash up a picture of the new cover, which I have to say is more striking than this one. But yeah, looking forward to giving this a try soon. Next we have a book that was sent to me by Flame Tree Press. So this is a very advanced edition, as you can tell from the kind of the cover. The Incubations by Ramsey Campbell. So Ramsey Campbell now celebrating 60 years in print, which is incredible. And they did send me this nice kind of sew-on badge as well to go with the book. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. What a career, 60 years of publishing great horror. So yeah, a new one from Ramsey Campbell. Looking forward to diving into this soon. I've always enjoyed Ramsey Campbell's work. Next we have, again from Flame Tree, a couple of really nice hardback short story collections, which are really beautifully presented. So the first of these is a crime one, so it's called Midsummer Mysteries. Beyond and Within Midsummer Mysteries. Oh no, Beyond and Within I think is the name of like the line of books. So these really nicely done kind of small hardbacks. They've got a bunch of short stories in by a load of different authors. So these are all kind of crime mystery stories. The edging on the pages is really lovely. I don't normally gush about that kind of thing, but really nicely done like this. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then they've also sent me a folk horror one from the same series, again with the really nice edging on the pages. So this one has some really good authors actually. So Adam Neville, who I've been really enjoying recently, John Connolly, who I read a short story collection by last year, I think, which was absolutely fantastic. So yes, looking forward to this too. Should be a good read. I don't know if, I assume there are a bunch of other books in this series, or will be soon anyway. But yeah, if you fancy some nice like curated short story collections with nice editions, do check those out. Next up we have Occult Detective Magazine Mythos Special number 2. So I've talked about Occult Detective Magazine on the channel before. A really fantastic publication that includes like new occult detective short stories, classic occult detective short stories, and non-fiction pieces about that subgenre as well. I've always had a good time with Occult Detective Magazine, so we'll be reading that soon and enjoying it no doubt. And then I've got two more things to go, both of which are quite interesting. So the first is this book, Enter Boogyman. So you may remember I was involved in the Kickstarter launch for this book. I've now got my hardcover copy, so I read it digitally just before it launched and did a review of it. It's a really, really solid horror short story collection themed around the Boogeyman. There's a great introduction by Poppy Z. Bright, or Billy Martin as he is also known. And the book, now that I have it in my hand, is just beautifully presented. Look at how lovely like the illustrations and things like that are. So Really, really fantastically well done. Feels like a really solid book for the shelves. Definitely, definitely one I recommend in terms of like the stories, because they were very, very good. But just as a physical book, it's turned out beautifully. It does have, you can't see because I've got the lights on, but it does have a glow in the dark element to the cover as well. And it also came with some kind of bonus prints by the artist, which are really nice. So yeah, I might have to stick these up on my corkboard. So that's everything apart from one thing. So the final thing is very interesting. So authors send me books quite often to talk about on the channel. Sometimes solicited, sometimes they will contact me first, and sometimes I'll just get stuff in the post to my PO box. This one came and immediately grabbed my attention because of the way it's presented. So it came like this, so wrapped up, but this really nice wooden box, which I will find some kind of use for. Anyway, inside it we have some Yorkshire Tea bags. I'm a big fan of Yorkshire Tea. That's my daily brew. And then the book, which is by J.J. Lincoln, and is called Mycelia. I think it is set in Yorkshire. Set in Yorkshire, hence the Yorkshire Tea. But a shortish horror novel, was it 230 pages? So a fun-looking horror novel about, I'm assuming, creepy mushrooms. So yes, looking forward to giving this one a try soon. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've read any of the books I showed. And as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.